Every time you order something online, or a hospital sends a bill to your insurance company, there's this secret conversation happening in the background. It's not in English, it's in a language made of three-digit numbers. This hidden code, it's pretty much the invisible engine of modern commerce, and today we're going to pull back the curtain and make it visible. We're going to explore how this language works, why it's so incredibly important, and then take a little tour through some key industries to see which codes really matter to them. Just think about the chaos for a second. Imagine if every single company had its own unique digital language. You'd have a giant retailer's automated ordering system trying to talk to a tiny supplier, a hospital's billing department trying to send data to hundreds of different insurance companies. How do you stop it from being a total mess of miscommunication, lost orders, and late payments? Well, the answer is a kind of universal translator, a digital Rosetta Stone for business, and it's called ANSI X12. It's the thing that allows a purchase order sent from one company's computer to be instantly understood as a purchase order by another company's computer. And it doesn't matter what software they're using. It just gets rid of all the guesswork and replaces it with total precision. And that precision, well, it saves billions of dollars by cutting down on errors and speeding absolutely everything up.
So what is this thing, really? To get how modern business actually works, you've got to understand the basics of ANSI X12. It's this quiet, powerful force that makes the speed and scale we all just take for granted possible. Okay, so for more than 40 years, ANSI X12 has been the official rulebook for electronic business in North America. And since it's a nonprofit, its goal isn't to make money. It's to maintain a stable, reliable standard that everyone can use. Every single transaction type is carefully looked after by specialized committees, making sure the standards keep up with the industries that rely on them. And the scope here, it's just massive. We're not talking about a few dozen different documents. There are over 300 unique transaction codes. Each one represents a very specific business action, from placing an order to sending complex medical results. It's the standard here in North America, and it even influences the international UN/EDI fact standard that's used all over the world. So why has X12 been the standard for so long? Well, it's really built on 4 key pillars. It's consensus-based, which means all the industries get together and agree on the rules. It's interoperable, so it plays nice with other standards. It's always evolving, so it's ready for the future. And this one is huge. It's syntax neutral. All that means is it doesn't care if the data is packaged in a simple text file or some complex XML format. The meaning of the code, like an 850 for a purchase order, always stays the same. That's what makes it so flexible. If you're looking for an easy way to wrap your head around this, here's a great analogy. Just like a phone's area code tells you the general location of a number, an X12 code instantly tells a computer system what kind of document just arrived. An invoice, a shipping notice, a claim, and exactly how it's supposed to process it. It's like an instant ID tag. All right, now that we've got the basics down, let's look at the core vocabulary of this language. Before we get into specific industries, we're going to cover the 6 most essential transactions. These are really the building blocks of business everywhere, no matter what you're buying or selling. So almost everything starts with an 850 purchase order. That's the formal request to buy something. The seller then replies with an 855 acknowledgement, which basically says, yep, got your order, we can fill it. Before the stuff actually ships, the seller sends an 856 advance ship notice, which is a super important heads up for the logistics team. Then comes the 810 invoice to ask for payment. The 846 is used to ask about inventory levels. And the 997, that's just a simple digital receipt, a thumbs up confirming the message was received. These 6 codes, they are the absolute bedrock of e-commerce. Okay, now let's see these codes out in the wild. And there's really no better place to see the power of X12 than in the complex, super fast-paced world of the supply chain, retail, and logistics. And here is that universal language having a perfect automated conversation. A retailer sends an 850 to order more product. The supplier confirms with an 855. Then, when the items are on the truck, the warehouse sends an 856, which gives the retailer's distribution center a heads up that it's coming. Finally, the supplier sends the 810 invoice to get paid. This 4-step dance completely gets rid of manual data entry, paperwork, and delays, and it lets goods move so much faster. But of course, the rabbit hole goes way deeper. Let's say you need to tell a third-party warehouse what to ship for you. You use a 940. When they send it out, they send you back a 945. What if you need to change an order you already placed? That's an 860. And for handling customer returns, that whole process kicks off with a 180. See? Every code is designed to solve a very specific real-world problem.
Now here's a really key idea. X12 isn't just for moving physical stuff around. The exact same logic of standardized communication applies to moving information and money. An 856 ship notice gives you the details of what's physically inside a box. Well, an 837 healthcare claim details the medical services that were performed. And an 820 payment order specifies a financial transaction. It's the same principle, creating a clear, machine-readable record just in a different context.
So with that, let's switch gears and focus on two of the most data-heavy industries there are: healthcare and finance. In these worlds where accuracy and security are everything, X12 provides that essential framework for managing just an immense amount of complexity.
In the US, the entire healthcare system pretty much runs on X12. It's actually mandated by law under HIPAA. So before you have a procedure, a doctor's office sends a 270 to check your insurance eligibility, and they get a 271 back. After the service, they send the bill using an 837 claim. Then, when the insurance company pays, they send back an 835, which explains exactly what they paid for and what they denied. This cycle is the absolute lifeblood of healthcare revenue.
And in finance, these codes are just as vital. Companies use the 820 payment order to tell their bank to pay a bunch of invoices, and it includes remittance details so suppliers know exactly which bills are being paid. Banks use an 823 to report payments they've received in a lockbox, and if there's a billing mistake, an 812 is used to issue a credit or a debit. It is all about keeping financial data clean and clear to avoid arguments and speed up cash flow. So, when you zoom out and you look at this whole landscape, from the warehouse stock to the hospital billing office to the corporate finance department, you start to see this unifying thread. X12 isn't just some list of codes. It's the fundamental grammar that structures the conversation of modern business. It's what allows for efficiency and trust between millions of companies every single day.
And that brings us to the most important question. Now that you know the language, take a look at your own business. It doesn't matter if you're in logistics, retail, manufacturing, or finance. These three-digit numbers are quietly working in the background. So which ones are powering your success?